So it's the 25th of December, and my youngest daughter is 26 today. A lot of people, the majority of Christianized countries, and obviously England's becoming more and more Muslim every day, Islamic. I'm not surprised. But I will say one thing. About Christmas. It does bring families together. But is it really what a Christian should be doing? A true Christian? I mean, we need to consider the facts. Who is Jesus? The Catholic Church teach that he's God. The Bible teaches that he is God's son. Jesus is referred to as God, but Jesus said, I do nothing of my own initiative, only what the Father sees me doing. And when you consider that the Trinity, for example, that only came into existence in the 3rd century, along with the Catholic Church, and it makes you wonder, what did the disciples, Shadow, come on, what did the disciples do prior to the Trinity? Who were they? Well, they were Jews. And who was the God of the Jews? Who is Jesus' God? Well, if we look into the Hebrew scriptures, it's very, very clear. Jesus is the Son of God, but God is Yahweh. God is Jehovah. His name represented in the Tetragrammaton, in the Hebrew scriptures, is Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh. That's the God that the Jews worshipped. That's the God that Jesus worshipped. And when you consider at Colossians 1 verse 5 that Jesus was the firstborn of all creation, and then through Jesus all creation came into being, it clearly indicates that Jesus had a beginning. And that's something God doesn't have. God doesn't have a beginning. So it leaves us to wonder, is the Catholic Church right? Well, I'm going to say I believe the Bible to be right, and Jesus' words to be right. I mean, if Jesus came in the name of his Father, and he taught us then, pray then this way, Our Father in the heavens, let your name be honoured, sanctified, made holy. What is that name? Now, if you look into the King James Version at Psalm 83:18, you'll see that name is written in the Greek from 1611 as Jehovah. Now, around about that time, the Catholics published their Douay Bible, and you'll see in the same psalm, and probably nearly 7,000 times in the Douay version of their Bible, it mentions Yahweh, the representation of God's name, the very name that Jesus came to make known, the very God that Jesus prayed to when he was in trouble. But your will be done, not mine. Now, a lot of people call Jesus the I am. And Jesus said, obviously, before Abraham was, I am. But he wasn't referring to Exodus 3:14 to 16. And if you look at 16, you'll see that the Tetragrammaton is there, and the name that Moses was told to say to the Israelites was Jehovah. That is my name to all generations. So, in effect, we have a church, the Catholic, the Protestant, and most churches of Christendom call Jesus God, or refer to Jesus as part of a Trinity, which is, in my opinion, is absolute blasphemy, which a lot of you will feel, oh, he's a Jehovah's Witness or a Yahwehist, or no, I'm not. I'm a simple man with no religion that studies the Bible. And the Bible is very, very clear. Jesus is the Son of God, and his Father is Jehovah. That's the Greek way of pronouncing Yahweh, or the Tetragrammaton, the 4 Hebrew consonants, Yud He, Vav He. If you are a Christian, and you do truly want to find a relationship with your God, the true God, seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and everything else will be added unto you. Those are the words you can find in the Bible. And if you look into 1 Corinthians 15 verse 27, you will see clearly that although Jesus has the name above every other name, it is clear and evident, the scriptures say, this does not include God himself. Look the scriptures up. We are in the last days of this present system of things, where Satan is the ruler, the God of this world. Satan is the God of this world. And if you want to support the Trinity by quoting John 1:1 and then going down to John 14, you've been misguided, because the two gods that appear in that first verse of John 1:1 are Hotheos, Almighty God, and Theos, God. So the word, the Logos, was with Almighty God, and just like Barnabas, Paul, and even Herod Agrippa were referred to as gods, just as that word in 1:1 appears. But none of them were called Hotheos. They were just called Theos, gods. There are many lords and many gods, the scriptures say. Yeah, it takes some thinking and some studying. It's if you've got a true heart and you are looking for answers in your life, look to the scriptures, dig deeper, research, study, but above all, and most importantly, pray.